Hello my internet friends, welcome back to another Colour with me, Colour and Chat, whatever you guys call these videos. Today we are doing a Karla Magana Colour and Chat, and this is her Dark Garden colouring book. I have all her colouring books, just as a side note here, I have all her colouring books because I just love colouring in them. Her books are so much fun and I just let loose and go a bit experimental and crazy with these books. And another side note here is I just want to mention that I just want to thank Karla Magana because she does have a YouTube channel and she has encouraged me and inspired me to try all new things with markers and with any other art supplies. She has inspired me, encouraged me to, I guess, get out of my comfort zone with colour pencils, and her YouTube channel is good because she shows you her way of using the art materials she has, and it looks amazing. And that is why I have bought all of her colouring books, because they are so much fun and they're just a great way to play with the art supplies that you have and learn. I've actually learned some new techniques from her as well. Anyway, enough rambling. What I'm doing with this colouring book is I'm colouring it in order. And what I've done, this is her Dark Garden colouring book. So what it is she, I haven't coloured that, but she has gotten all these toxic and poisonous plants and made them into her Karla Magana style. If you know Karla Magana, you will know her style of her ladies and her art style. She's listed the plants at the back here. So they're all there. They're all the poisonous, toxic plants that are out there in the wild. But what I'm doing with this colouring book is I'm looking up what the plant is and just Googling them and seeing what colours I can get from those Google images. So for example, this first one is, what is it? Devil's Trumpet. So I coloured this in a few years ago. I should actually date when I finish these, but obviously there was some reds and some purples and some greens. So it's kind of like a colouring challenge in a way, because I'm only sticking to those certain colours on the page. So white, red, green, whatever Google Images shows me. Yeah, this is based off Google Images, but whatever Google Images shows me, that's the colours I use for that specific plant and page. This one was purple and crimson and greens. I'll just do a little flip through here because I've actually done quite a bit. And my main material is my alcohol markers with some gel pens. This must have been grey, and I can't remember the names of each of the plants. It's all listed at the back there. This must have just been crimson with blue and gold or yellow. And I kind of like, if there's yellow, then I do kind of wander off into still keeping with the yellow tone, but you know, dark yellow, gold, light yellow. Like I kind of venture off with the colors. That's the rule that I have. And another rule is I can use black and white because they're like I don't know, they're staples. This one I got inspiration from Karla Magana. She does a color and chat on this page, so that's what I did. I colored this page in, and she did a color and chat as well, and that was so much fun. This is why I love doing color and chats, because they're just so much fun to color with or color along with as well. But again, I kept with the yellows and the, you know, I think this is daffodil. I think that is a poisonous plant. That was, yeah, the daffodil plant. I don't know the name of this plant. That was, must have been using color pencil. Red, white, pinks. If I remember correctly though, there is, so when I Google search some plants, one plant will be like a blue color, one plant will be like a purple color, so it depends. Yeah, each plant, or some plants have different color versions of them. And that is a Venus flytrap, I believe. So that leads us to the page we're up to today. And this one is like a psychedelic mushroom page. Well, I shouldn't say psychedelic, but what I've done, there's 4 different types of mushrooms. So I've listed the colors that I'm going to be using, and then I've actually picked them out here already with my markers. I've decided I'm using markers and my gel or Sakura pens. I've got lots of packets of these, so they're the colors that I'm hopefully going to be playing with and experimenting with. The main colors of these plants were all like browns, and because they're all mushrooms, so they're all like that earthy browny color. A few mushrooms had a greeny color, but it wasn't like vibrant green. It was like that dirty earth green, so I've got a marker for that. And then these mushrooms here are red. They're like the, is it death cap mushrooms, or I can't remember which one is which. And then in true Karla style, she has her skulls there. So I'll just move that over, and I've swatched all the colors as well. And what I'll be doing is I've got a bit of paper to put behind it as well, because you are using alcohol markers, you do want a bit of backing there. I've learnt the hard way with that. Okay, let us begin. Now my approach is, I have no idea how I'm gonna color this. I'm just going to go ahead. I'll start with the red and the white. Can we see enough there? Hopefully that'll be. So as I've mentioned before, when I do color, this is just very simple coloring. I like to call it, I call it my zoning out coloring. It's nothing fancy at all. but it's a good way to unwind and just escape the busy world for a minute. Let me try something here. So, just want to swatch. Even though I've swatched the pens, I always forget. Oh yeah, actually we might do that. Yes. And that's too dark. The reason why I do like Karla Magana and her books and everything is because she does encourage you to not colour in the lines. And it actually is quite effective if you do it like that. And my colouring, I get very moody. And that means if I want to be within the lines and be very, you know, careful about where I place my lighting and my shading, you know, some colouring sessions, that's what I focus on. Or otherwise, I just do like really simple colouring, which is not making things three-dimensional, and just do like a flat colour. Or there's colouring where, you know, I'm in the I'm in the mood for just going crazy and silly. And that's why with Karla Magana style, or with her videos, that's what she encourages people to do, is not worry about where you put shading and lines. You just go for it. The markers, sorry, I forgot to mention that at the start. The markers I'm using is my, what is it? Oh, Hoo Hoo. It's a set of a lot of markers. Like, I think there was about 300 in there. They were on sale on Amazon. So I was like, hell yes. I bought these years ago. And now I have oodles and oodles of markers. And trust me, they are not going to waste at all, because I do enjoy colouring with Ohuhu markers. The other set of Ohuhu markers I have is the, what's it called? The pastel ones, which I absolutely love. Now which ones are they? I don't know. Then we have the false moral mushrooms, and they are like a warm brown. There's probably lots of different versions of these mushrooms around, but I'm just doing a quick Google search. I'm actually not paying any attention to, or much attention or time into searching the mushrooms. I've never really used these colours before, so I'm a bit excited to really get into the browns and the earthy browns and just the mushroom colours. Now, turkey tail, I recognise these because they are the circly big mushrooms. I like doing these colouring challenge because it does kind of force you to use the colours you have. And that's why I decided to do this with this book, is because if you have just a selection of 5 or so different colours, then it's not so overwhelming, if that makes sense. Because sometimes I just sit there, and if I have like 120 pencils in front of me, I'm just like, oh, holy moly. Like, sometimes I'd spend ages just deciding on what colours to use for certain things. So that's why I decided to do like the limiting colour palette for this book, because it kind of, yeah, challenges me as a, how can I put it, as a colorist, I guess. I'm not a real colorist, so like, I'm just slowly getting into the coloring world. I've been getting into it for a few years now, but you just like trying different things every now and then. And it's kind of cool because if I was to do a normal colouring page, I would never have picked to mix these colours. So that's what I mean. It kind of forces you to try new things. I find that when you do blend with markers, though, you have to work quickish. But that's what alcohol markers are good for. They just blend easily. Alright, that is the turkey tails done. Now I really want to bring some of that greeny, this green colour in. So we might do it with these guys up here and this down here. I don't like how that's turned out. I don't know if these mushrooms were that colour, but might do their noses red. The skeletons. I always open the wrong end of these markers. Just colouring the stems that I've missed because I want that green, like more of that green. I don't know if you can see that colour. I'm just looking at the little camera screen. I don't actually know if you can see that colour, but there's a little mushroom bit here. But I might, for the teeth, I might actually make them black. And I've got the perfect pen for that. These are the dual metallic glitter pens. And this is red, black ink with red glitter. So that does work very well. I'll just go in. I don't know if you can see the glitteriness of it. Like I said in my other colour and chat, sorry if you can hear background noise. We do, even though we live on a side street, we get all sorts of traffic, like buses and trucks and everything come down this road. Now the eyes. Can I swatch? Yeah. Now the eyeballs can be this green, and this is the glaze pen, the Sakura glaze pen. Eyeballs can be green. So the whole time I've been sitting here, I've been tossing and turning whether to do a background colour. And I do really want to. So the white pen that I tend to go to is the Arteza white pens. I find these work really well along with the Posca white pen, but I don't actually know where that is. But the Artezas work just as well, and I'm just trying to find the liney bits here. Alright, there are the liney bits there, and I might do the same for these. I don't know why I'm doing this. I guess it's just to highlight the mushroominess. I don't think that's a word. But it's a word in my world now. I'm not being very gentle at all with that. Oh, I just noticed a little white bit and another stem that I've missed there. Now the background, I actually don't know what I should do with the background. Okay, so I found what I want to do. I found another marker that is a light color, and it's kind of like a light, I don't know, mushroomy, browny, beige color. And then I've got a color pencil, and I kind of want to make it have like a steamy effect. So I'm going to do that. And the pencils I'm using are it's called like Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils. Oh, I had them out already because I filmed a TikTok using these. But I'm just going to steal a green, like a earthy green, and I need to find the black pencil actually. Yeah, so I've got the black pencil there, and I'll just colour in the whole page. What I might do is I might colour the background and then come back to you guys, because this will take me a while. Okay, so background is drying and completed. I am very messy with these markers. I didn't do it neatly at all. But what I want to do is I want to just shade. So I'm using Faber-Castell pencils here, and I just want to shade the outline of it. You kind of see what I mean. And I just want to get black pencil here. And I want to make it all like poisonous and steamy. We'll see what happens though, because often with colouring, you know what I find? I have an image in my head. You have a certain way that you want it to look, and then how it's actually done, it just turns out totally different. So we'll see how this goes. Right, so now the black bit's done, and then we'll just kind of shade the outline of this. What I might do is I'll come back when I've finished, or when I'm happy with the shading, because I'll be here fiddling with it for a while. Okay, I'll come back. I've been finessing with the steam stuff for a while, and I'm like, if I go too much, then it's just going to go over the top. But what I notice is I don't like how white that mushroom is. So what I've got, if I've got like another beige color and a red, and I'm just going to try and tone it down a bit. I'm actually happy with the eyeballs of the skeleton staying white. Just notice I forgot something to color in his eyeball there. But I don't know, the mushrooms are just not sitting right, so I'm going to tone them down a bit. So I've just got a beigey colour. bit of red just over with my white pen. Just doing the last finishing touches on the mushrooms here, and then I'm going to call this done. One of my annoying traits is, like I say it's done, but then I'll go back and fiddle with something else and whatever. But for the purpose of this video not being too long, I'm going to call this done. But I did realize I forgot to say what markers I'm using. So if you're interested, I used 102, 15, 104, 157, 93, 11, 177, 123, 121, 142, 99, oh no, 66, 141. I know that won't make any difference to people who aren't using the same Ohuhu markers as me, but I'm trying to do the right thing. Oh, 122 and 98. Okay, gang, thank you so much for watching and colouring with me. I actually had a lot of fun, as I do in Karla Magana books, and I will see you soon. Ciao.